I thought I would get some video of the garden. It's supposed to rain a good bit the rest of the week. I got a good bit weeded out all the way to that patch. I don't think I'm gonna get to it today. But down here, this is a walk path. I don't know if you can see it all the way to the end. But all this in here was kale and broccoli, cauliflower, romanesco, and none of it came up. But down here, I've got beans coming up. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. Let me see here, and here's the other line. There's 4 and 5, 6, 7. There's 7 rice peas. And then here are the purple hull pink-eyed beans. They're kind of like black-eyed peas, but they're pink-eyed peas. And there's 2 rows. There's some there. We're gonna walk down this row. So you see there's 1 in this row here, 2, and this rock marks the end of that row. So we're gonna go over here, and here is a clump. I must have dropped several. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there. So, and these are the pink eyes. And then over here, we've got the royal burgundies coming up. There's 1 there, 2, 3, and I think that's the end of that one. And then here, I had put the yellow Cherokee, and none of these rows came up. But down here, I planted some asparagus yard long beans. And in this row, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's the end of that row. And then the next row has 7, 8, 9, 10. And here's another one, 11. So I've got some beans coming up. I may have to replant. Okay, and then down here, I'm going to walk back down this way. This first row here is the Frugoso Friulana. It's like a straight neck squash, but it's a more ancient one. I think it's French. And they're extra big. And there's, I don't know if you can see that baby one coming up right there. So all down this row, where is it? Right there. There's a bunch of these. Some are bigger than others. There's a brand new one that wasn't here yesterday. There's gonna be a lot of these. This is one here. I see a new one that just popped up. Right there, see how bright it is? This is brand new. And down at the end of this row, that's the last one. Because the end I always mark with a rock. So there is lots of squash coming up in here. We're gonna cross this line right here. And down here is my other squash plants. These are the Pattison Stream Melange. They are a patty pan summer squash. The rain's done knocked this one, but it's a little dirty, but it's okay. So there's a lot of those, and they look good. And we're gonna go down here. Okay. And this is another patty pan type that I have planted. And this one is called Gilbert Englisher. It's a custard patty pan. It's also French. And a lot of these have come up. More of them than I thought. I may have to do a little transplanting. Oh, here's a new one that came up today. That's a brand new one. Okay. And this other row, I had planted the white scallop patty pans. None of them came up. I'm guessing the seed was too old. Just guessing. Not sure. But I also have, let's see, there's some other ones. And all these are squash. This whole section is just squash. Several rows, like 5 or 6 rows. Oh God, there's 2 together. I'm gonna have to separate those out once they get a little bit bigger. There's another one. I was dropping these seeds. Look at these. Look how close. Oh my gosh, there's like 3 together. I'm gonna have to separate those out. Okay, that's the end of that one. And then a lot of these are cucumbers. There is cucumbers and the what else? I got the dragon eggs in here, and that's, I believe that's what these are. Gosh, they're getting big pretty quick. There's a lot of these down here too. See, when you just throw the seeds out in one line, you don't expect them all to come up. Sometimes they do anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to skip down here because this is the melons. These are French melons. These are called Délices de la Table. French melons, meaning that they are a cantaloupe type. French cantaloupe. And I am very happy about these because I saved these seeds myself, and I'm experiencing in this garden that most of the seeds that I have saved and replanted are the ones that have done the best. And we're going to skip down here, and I've got this. Look how nice that one's looking. This is a Prescott Fond Blanc. It is also a French cantaloupe, and I have successfully grew 2. I started them from seed on the porch myself, and they have done great. Now, I also have a whole line here that are what's called banana melons, and there's a huge line of these, And more of these came up, and I also saved these seeds from 2 years ago. There's too many together. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have hopefully a lot of melons this year. There's two close together again. Okay, and then down here I had purchased seeds online from Japan, and these seeds were called black Hokkaido, and this is a very expensive melon over there. Like, people will pay like $500 for them because they're considered to be some kind of gourmand melon. And I planted the seeds in 2014, and I saved seeds from ones that I had grew myself, and I've been holding on to them until this year. I was afraid that they wouldn't grow, but as you can see, I've got plenty coming up. Black Hokkaido watermelon, and they are an icebox type. They're like a personal size type. And then here I planted Charleston Gray watermelon, and these should get like decent size. A big summer watermelon. Very light chartreuse skins they will have. Let's get down here. There's a baby one coming up. It's peeking out right there. That one's new today. And there's one and another one. So plenty of those. Now I'm going to skip back down here. And I had started some pimento peppers from seed, and I had planted them. I don't know if you can see, there's a dark spot where it was black soil, where I planted them all down this row, but none of them made it except for this little guy. So this is one pimento. It's a Mexican pimento. Hopefully I'll get a lot of pepper so I can save some seeds from this one. And these are sweet. And this is my Marconi. It's a Marconi pepper plant. And so far, this is the rest of my sweet peppers. And unfortunately, none of them have come up. So that is disappointing. And adjacent from it, because I'm in the walk path, I don't know if you can see this, right in the middle, there's a divider. So I'm in the walk path, and on that half was my sweet peppers, and on this half was my hot peppers. Did not do too well so far. So I'm going to walk down here. We're going to get some quick glances at some tomatoes, because every day there's more and more emerging. Now, I had planted right here the 100 Super Sweets. I started them on the porch in a flat, and I had about, I don't know, 4 or 5, and all the way to that rock I had planted about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Only one made it. So let's hope this little guy makes it. And then beyond that rock, I planted down here from that rock. Let me see if I can get it in the viewer right there. From this rock on down to the end of the row, another small cherry tomato type that's called Jelly Bean. And I'm looking, I don't know if I can even get this in the viewer. Where am I at? There's the stick. Okay, there you are. So a lot of these little babies are coming up in this row. That's one of them. And let me come up a little bit. And then there's another one. And they're all down the row. So they're just baby seeds coming up right now. And I know this video is going to be very long. Maybe you can watch it later when you get home. But anyway, there's several rows here. And they are littered with all these little baby tomato plants coming up. But I do have a few of my bigger ones down here. In this line from this rock down to this rock, I had planted where I had ordered from the seed cartel tomato seeds for Rosa Play, and it's supposed to be a big ribbed pink, very light pink tomato. And I had a good amount going, and I lost all of them except for this one and this one. So I've got 2 Rosa Play. Hopefully they'll make it, because all I'm asking for at this point is for them to do well enough to give me a tomato so I can save seeds from that. And there's tomatoes all through here. Tomato plants, I mean. That one was leaning, so I had this little rock next to it, and it has since stood up on its own, so that's good. And here's one that has sprouted up on its own from seed. I don't know why it did so much better than the rest. And then there, and this is a nice looking guy. He's looking good. Okay, and then we've got this one. Other than that, most of the tomatoes out here are itty bitty baby ones. And this is probably my tallest one. And I think these are the ones that's hard to pronounce. I think they're called Takalulo. Takalulo, I think. I'm not sure. And then I've got, there are baby ones coming up all in these rows of the Goldman's Italian-American paste tomato. And there's only one row down here that it looks like the tomatoes did not come up at all. But some are slower than others, so you never know. Oh, wait a minute, look. Can you see that? They are coming up. They are coming up after all. There's another one. You see that? Okay. Well, that's good. I was afraid none was coming up in that row. Alright, so got a little bit more. Needs to be weeded down there. Garden's big. So I don't know about these peppers down here. If they're not, then I'm going to put something else. I just wanted to give them a good 2 weeks to give them a chance to see if something will come up. And down here, where all the greens were, I'm guessing birds picked them. Only guessing, but and the reason I say that is because down here in this bean patch, I couldn't help to notice there was a bean that was completely out of place, and I'm like, I didn't put one there. So it looked like it possibly was just dropped. So maybe birds were coming in here and picking these seeds, because over here where I had about 3 rows of sweet peas, not the first sweet pea has come up. Not the first. And you can see the rocks at the end. There was this row, and then this row, and then on the end there was a row that looks like the rain has just washed it out. But I'm guessing birds come and took all the peas out. Sweet peas. As well as all the kales. There were 2 different kind of kales here. Broccoli, Romanesco, cauliflower, lettuce, cabbage, and then my Chinese chicory that I was really looking forward to because it's like a pink cabbage. So I'm very disappointed that I'm not going to have that. So all these down here is just grass and weeds, and that's extremely disappointing. I really hate that this has happened, but worst come to worst, I will replant something else. And all the way down here to the end, because we're close to the road here, this little patch down here at the very end, you can see that there's three rocks, 3 rows. And in these rows are, you see that? These are radishes, little patches in here, all the way down in a straight line. That's how I know that's what that is. One row, this row here, nothing. So I'm guessing birds got to those. And then this last row over here, there is that super clump of them. I don't know. Maybe they'll do okay. But you can see they're just mixed in and goes all the way to the end. So, get a better view here. So all this down here we need to weed. And then over there, it's a big job. I have too many jobs. But I'm always a very, very busy person. Okay, so that's the garden so far. And like I said, I'm going to be replanting some more sweet peas. And in these areas over here where the greens are just not coming up, I'm going to attempt to replant that when I can. I'm probably going to wait because I know it is a super gloomy day. Super gloomy. It is not sunshiny at all. So the next nice day, hopefully that I have off or that I can squeeze in some time, I'm going to get back out here and replant the sweet peas and hopefully the greens. And I still got to figure out what to do about the pepper situation. Because down here, this whole end, between the buckets and the scarecrow, from this end to the middle, about to there, is sweet. I mean, the sweet's on the other side, and these were the hot peppers. And I just don't really see anything coming up. And it may be because this end has this tree coverage here. And it gets shady at times. I don't know if it's getting enough sun. But, I don't know. I've got a few pepper plants. And I also have a gypsy pepper plant up on the porch right now. Because I planted a row of gypsy peppers. And they have not come up yet. And I figure if they were going to, they would have already. But, oh well. We'll get it sorted out. So that's the garden so far. And I'm going to replant some of the sections. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.